Oh, I suppose like many people out there, bought myself a van, all good, with a Chinese diesel heater in it. I went to switch it on for the first time, and it sort of just went round and round and round, and didn't really do anything, didn't ignite. Having not really much knowledge about diesel heaters, I just sort of left it for a long time, about 6 months, didn't do anything with it. But now the winter's upon me and I want to go away, and I want to get this thing working. So, not going to reinvent the wheel here. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there explaining how these diesel heaters work. I've taken this one apart before I did this video, but you know, this is sort of how your diesel heater will come. This is so just take the top cover off it. Now, there's a guy called, I think his name is David McLucky, Scottish guy, and if you want to know how to dismantle these diesel heaters, and if you want to know how they work, then David McLucky is your guy, because that's who he sort of inspired me to think, yeah, I can open this up, and I can sort of figure out what's wrong with it. So that's what I've done, and I think I found the problem of why it was sort of spinning around but not igniting. So I'll try and go through it, and we'll see where we are. So take the cover off. I've dismantled this already. I'm going to get to a point eventually, once you take everything off, what the hell was that? Yeah, you get to a point eventually when you take everything off where you're going to be left with the innards of the thing. There's 4 bolts here, which reveal this, which I believe is the air intake. Go and have a look at David McLucky's channel to understand how this thing works, because I'm a novice here. This is a 5 kilowatt version. Can you see that? My camera skills aren't great either. 5 kilowatt version, car parking heater. And in here, if I haven't already done so, you will find another 4 bolts here, which have got a double lock-in nuts on them. Lock-in washers, sorry. So this is your diesel intake, I believe, here. This pipe here is your diesel intake. If you pull this out, you're left with this part here. Now, if you have a look at David's channel, he has a look inside these and says, oh, that's terrible, you know, that's dirty. And mine's the same. I've tried cleaning this. I can't clean it, but I've got very little experience to know whether this is dirty or not. I mean, it certainly is dirty, but how bad is I don't know. There is a gasket inside here which I've taken out. I wish I hadn't taken out that gasket if I was honest, but I did it. The gasket just sits inside here like that. Huh. Now the reason I'm talking about this gasket is because when you buy a service kit for these things, let's have a look what it comes with. It comes with a couple of new gaskets. It comes with a removal tool for the glow plug, I believe. It's the glow plug. And it comes with a new fuel filter. So what was the problem with mine then? Well, if you go and have a look at what David says, the new fuel, let me get the old one actually. This is the old fuel filter here. And you can see, well I can see it's pretty dirty, but again, I don't know how dirty these things get. So, but anyway, since I bought the kit, then I'll replace this. But that goes inside there like that. Right, so that's how it comes off. Well, that's where it sits. And I guess the diesel comes through this pipe, and then this is your filter for it. Now, on David's video, he mentions that he gets a pick and he cleans out all these holes here. There's a hole there. And there's actually a hole, obviously, to go into this chamber somehow, the diesel. And mine was completely blocked, totally blocked. And so I used a bit of solvent and I used an air duster to just unblock that hole. And I'm hoping that's the problem. I'm hoping the whole thing about this is that the diesel wasn't actually getting into it. And so I'm not going to show you a video of me changing all of this, putting the new fuel filter and everything, because David shows that very clearly on his video. But I wanted to just to highlight that, and on David's video he does mention about cleaning the holes around here, and he does it with a pick. And my problem was that this pipe was obviously not letting diesel through, and it is letting diesel through now, hopefully. Well, it's letting air through now. I can blow on it, and I've put the air duster on it. If you've got an air compressor, then you can, I guess you can use that as well. So I'm going to put this back together and see if it works. The other thing as well, so I'm going to replace the gasket there, is that this is full of, I don't know what it is, soot, black soot, I suppose, diesel debris, particulates, and it's coated the inside of this. It hasn't actually blocked up the exhaust, which is something that does happen, I believe. But I've tried to use solvents and a scrubbing brush, a wire brush, to get rid of this, and it hasn't really worked. So I'm not going to bother anymore. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a blowout with the air duster. I wish I had my compressor working, but it's failed on me. I'm going to put this thing back together. You can see all the debris that's coming out of this. And I'm just going to see if it works. And I'll let you know if that was the problem or not.